Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's Daily Word. I'm glad you could join me for today's Daily Word and our ongoing conversation about Scripture and what it means for us and how it applies in our lives and what we can do with it as it helps to shape us. We're never done learning, of course, and never having instruction that would help us live better through a new day, and I hope that's what that does for us as we've guided each other in these many, many days. So thanks for carving out time with me in this busy season. I know we have lots going on, so thanks for whenever you watch this. Thanks for just finding time to be with me in this journey. Today is Daily Word number 647, and we begin. Just a reminder, Christmas Eve services, we're still on, weather permitting. Things could change, but I think we're going to be okay. 7:30 p.m. and 11 o'clock p.m. So you can join us for either time. We'll also be live streaming. Come both times. They're going to be a little different, and the sermons are going to be different, so come both times if you wish. Also, there is not in-person worship on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock, and there's not in-person worship on January 1st at 10:15. So plan to join us again on January 8th, and after tomorrow, the Daily Word is going to take a break, and I'm going to join you again on January 3rd, which is Tuesday. So just look forward to that. So our scripture for today is from the Gospel of Matthew chapter 6, verse 34. Probably words that we've heard and know and maybe don't think a lot about, but know what they are. Therefore, stop worrying about tomorrow, because tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough of its own troubles. So one of the difficult challenges of the season of Advent, of course, is that we are called to wait. We're called to slow down. We're called to wait. We're called to ponder each day. We light one candle at a time. Hope, peace, joy, and love. Each week we're meant to ponder what those words mean and to slow down. We're really encouraged to embrace the now of the moment. And, we're also taught in this, that we really should understand that gripping the past, the futility of gripping and holding on to the past, or even fretting about the future, is really a difficult thing and really is less than helpful. We really should live in the present. It started yesterday. I started getting phone calls and texts. Jim, what are we doing about Christmas Eve? We're still going to have church on Christmas Eve. What are we going to do about Christmas Eve? And frankly, I hadn't thought about Christmas Eve yet. When those phone calls and texts started coming, I was preparing for a funeral. When those started coming, I was still working on bulletins for Saturday night. When those started coming, I was getting ready to prepare food for last night, for our final Advent Wednesday night. I was in the moment of all of those things. We understand the importance of living in the moment. We just know that it's hard. We worry about the future and what's going to come. And the past seems to have this very tight grip on us. We just can't let it go because it somehow defines us, right? And we really shouldn't live that way. And so the question is, in all of this, how can we disregard what's been in the previous almost 59 years of my life? Or how can I live today without fretting about the future needlessly? It's kind of nice sometimes to have the past to be with us because it reminds us of the mistakes not to make in the future. And worried about the future, it kind of gives us a plan. I used to teach when I worked for the conference and visited congregations all over our conference. I've been in well over half the churches in the Ohio Conference, helping them to plan for their future. And way back when, not that long ago, but way back when, we did 10-year plans and 5-year plans and a thing that I used to call 3 weeks, 3 months, and 3 years. And that kind of worked. And that was the 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years kind of worked. But the way our culture is now and the way that we've been changed by COVID and just the speed of life. 3 weeks is really plenty. I tell colleagues all the time, I really plan a month or two at a time, not knowing, what the future is going to be. And so it doesn't behoove me to worry about what the future looks like. Here we are in this season of Advent. We're awaiting the Christ child. And we're really called to be more available to today. We're really called to face and point and look and have our attention faced on today. What is it that God's trying to say to us today? How is it that God's trying to be available to us today? On my drive back and forth to Coldwater, the first couple of trips, I just wanted to get there. It's more like a business trip. My drives lately have been more looking around. There's some really neat farms that way. There's an egg farm. There's some really big dairy farms that way. There's a couple of little towns that I've only heard people talk about that now I pass through them. It's a reminder, I think, that in the moment, we're really called to take this scripture seriously. Stop worrying about tomorrow. Tomorrow has enough worry for itself. And really, we can't carry the baggage of the past with us. When tomorrow comes, and if the weather's going to be bad, look, people are fretting about the weather tonight or tomorrow. Look, I'm just not. Not that I'm not concerned about it, but look, if it comes, it comes, and then I'll do what I need to do and adjust my schedule. But until then, I have lots to do today and lots to focus on today, as do you. And I think that's what God is calling us to not miss the moment of this day, in this time, and in this place. And the season of Advent will remind us of that. On Christmas Eve when we gather and we hold those candles and the light fills the sanctuary, it's that brief moment of 2 or 3 or 4 minutes when we sing Silent Night. It's that brief moment when we lift our voices in joy to the world. It's that brief moment when we sing, Angels we have heard on high. When we hear the story, the words from Isaiah. When we hear Luke recount what the birth story was like. It's those moments that we got to be just attuned to what it is that God is saying to us. It'll be true on Christmas Eve, and it's true today. And I pray that you and I would live today in the moment. Let the past be the past, and let God guide us today, knowing that tomorrow will take care of itself. So, I pray that you'll know of God's love, and that this has been a good word for you today, and the incarnation of the Christ that's about to come. And know of my love for you, and I will see you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Have a great day.